Good morning again. We're going to talk about the lung tissue today. The other day we talked about the structure of the lung. We looked at the pig. We did the inflatable pig lung. We did all that. Today we're going to go down to the microscopic cellular layer and level. Again, this is a expose on the anatomage table. But before we get there, I want to make sure we kind of understand your lungs have this spongy-like texture, and they're absolutely chock-a-block full with things that look kind of like this. These are alveoli or alveolus sacs. Again, they're fed by small tubules, tertiary trachea, various things which are going to give lots and lots of surface area. So what we want to do is pan down to a cross-section of lung tissue itself. Now, the first thing you're going to see is this big red blob over here. This happens to be a small arteriole. Again, the lungs are extremely rich in blood supply. Of course, they have to be because that's where you do gas exchange. But if you look at the cross sections here, you see the actual cross section of an alveoli itself, an individual sac. Now, this is made of connective tissue. In the back, you have a basement membrane. You also have two types of cells in here. One is going to secrete a material called a surfactant, which helps move gases through the system and to the tissues faster. The other one are type 1 cells, are really epithelial tissue, which is strictly designed for gas movement in and out. If you'll notice, there's lots of these open areas in the lungs. If you have a condition, COPD, emphysema, some of these things, this tissue structure is destroyed, and you have less and less oxygen exchange area associated with the alveoli. Again, we can move down to some of this other area, which again, you're looking at a labeling system which looks at epithelial tissue, and also you're looking at areas of tissue which are basement membranes and membranes which surround this area itself. So again, your lungs are like big sponges with tiny, tiny sacs. These sacs are associated with gas exchange. Again, we must have a certain number of these in order to support health and well-being. Again, your lung tissue is very, very sensitive to chemicals, viruses, and various things of this nature. So when you get bronchitis or you have things that are associated with lung infections, you're impacting these alveoli and you cause them filled with fluids. The coronavirus actually is going to cause scarring and damage to these alveolar tissues. And again, the efficiencies of your lungs tend to decrease somewhat. So with that, we've given you another quick expose of the alveoli, alveolar sacs. Have a good day. I hope this has given you some additional knowledge. Welcome, Demons.